Good afternoon. I'm Eric.
Hi.
I'm chair of the theater department at Coastal Carolina University. Welcome to Edwards Live. Today we're talking to a new theater professor, Susan Finque. She is our artist in residence in directing and acting from the West Coast right now. How are you doing, Susan?
Oh, I'm on the West Coast. I'm looking forward to going coast to coast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so happy. I'm so happy to come and explore South Carolina, Georgia, and North Carolina, parts of the country I just don't know very well.
Well, we're happy to have you out. Where exactly are you coming from to join us at CCU?
I've made my home in Seattle since the mid-'80s, although I was born and raised in Los Angeles and did my early schooling in Santa Cruz and in the Bay Area. But I've been in Seattle a pretty long time. I love it here.
What drew you to become a university professor?
It's a great question. It's interesting because people don't ask that anywhere near enough. The arts are tricky. You know, it's hard to make a life in the arts, and I have since I was in high school. But at some point along the way, maybe in my 20s, I just recognized that teaching was the thing that brought the most creative, instant reward. That it wasn't about me, but that it was about the next generation of people who would either make theater or understand that the theater provides them the skills they need to live a fulfilling life. So at that point, I just shifted from professional work to teaching, and then getting the degrees I needed to compete.
Excellent. And well, there's a question on our list here about visiting campus, but you have not visited campus. Is that correct?
No. COVID kept me away.
COVID kept you away, and we talked online and interviewed you through the Zooms.
Yeah.
But what about this campus sort of caught your eye, even though you haven't been here?
Yeah. It's just going to be a pleasure to be someplace in America where diversity is a real thing, not something that people conceptualize, but which is actually everywhere you turn. And I know that the theater department, all theater departments actually, really struggle to create an environment where people feel like they have a voice, no matter where they come from. And I just feel like being in the South, in the deep South, and being at a public university instead of a private one, I'm just going to be working with more different kinds of people. And that's what I crave. And that's more important than the geography of where you are or, you know, where the airport is or how close it is to Seattle. Because once we get in the studio and in the theater, you know, it really doesn't matter where we are. It's the same environment. So the main things I was attracted to, you know, you have a BFA program, so that means people are working really hard to understand the profession and to strive for professional environments and the way we work and the way we work together. And also, it just means you have a department big enough that there's a lot of opportunities for students and for your faculty. So I appreciate, you know, that it's not a one-person department or a three-person department, which so many schools have to struggle with.
Yeah. What are you most excited about for the fall?
Just getting there. Just arriving and getting to know your students and seeing the plays that you're planning to do that I will get to be in the audience for, finding my footing, you know, getting a sense of what I can contribute that is unique to me and that students need. And so that's a discovery process. So I think just like being the new kid on campus, I think I'm looking forward to being the new kid.
You'll be in good company. We've got some new kids coming in as freshmen as well. So,
And a couple of other new teachers too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. You'll see them on future episodes of Edwards Live.
Goody. Can't wait to Edwards Live.
Edwards Live. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to try that button.
You worked.
Yeah, we have a little preview, I guess. Chanan Liu is our new lighting designer, and Sadie DeSantis is our new production manager, stage manager.
Great. Sadie's a great name.
Yeah.
Sadie DeSantis. I think I want to have her name.
It is a good name. The whole name is good. Very good alliteration and everything. So
Tell me this, Eric, do you think your students are ready for me?
they are ready for you.
Awesome.
They are ready to come back, and they're hungry.
I bet they are. Everybody's been off campus a whole year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were partially on campus in the spring, with very small numbers in the rooms, and we had to reshift things around. So we actually had a dance class on the wheelwright stage, which is a large space,
bigger, nice.
The scene shop built 40-foot by 8-foot mylar mirrors, like a flat covered in mylar that's 40 feet long. And so when the class happened, they would lower that down, and then they had like a dance studio. But
isn't that awesome?
For 12 of them in there with the portable bars and everything.
Creative solution.
And today, actually, they're painting the floor of the Black Box Theater because it is back to being a theater. We removed all of the seats, all the risers, and made that into just an empty space as well last semester, so that classes could be held in there, and you could have 20 people in that room when it was empty. So
that's the thing about us. We find creative solutions.
Yeah. I mean, that's our job. We're always finding creative solutions. How do you make, how do you blow up a lamb on stage and then have a carcass there?
Exit the bear. One of the most famous stage directions in history from Shakespeare. Exit the bear. How are we going to do that? A real bear?
And right now we're trying to figure out how to have a character hatch out of a giant egg.
Of course, because it's a duck.
That's
Isn't
right.
it?
Yeah.
This is Honk.
This is Honk, yeah.
I can't wait for Honk.
It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
The ideas are already rolling in. The team has started working on it, so
it's
we're excited about that. We're excited to be on stage.
Mm-hmm. And do you find that the community around the school will come to the plays? Like, will they bring their kids to see Honk?
Yes. I think if we get the word out, they sure will. We don't do a lot of theater for young audiences, so we're not, the go-to place, or it's not like every year they know to come here. But I think, if we can get some, we can invite some schools and just let people know that it's happening, and they'll come out.
It's so satisfying as an actor.
Yeah.
To play to an audience that the show is intended for, and certainly Honk is intended for all ages.
Mm-hmm.
So to get some kids in the audience would really be satisfying for the actors.
Especially when you get that group of kids, reacting.
Right, and they clamor close to the stage. And
we brought in students before from schools for daytime shows. Mm-hmm. We don't have that on the schedule this year. It was a little early to plan for that with COVID, to just like put all the kids together. But we're looking at hopefully having live performances with the actors unmasked. And
does Honk have a pond or a lake in the
there's a lake. There's a lot of cattails around that lake that the cat hides behind, and he's like,
water on stage, always thrilling.
Yeah.
Do you have outdoor space to perform at all at Coastal?
Well, other than a found space, there's not any kind of outdoor amphitheater or anything here, but we have performed plays in our courtyard, which you will see. The building is a square with an inner courtyard.
Nice.
We did a Shakespeare play out there one year. There's also new this year, we were just talking about this morning, is an outdoor stage that the university now owns. And we got that as a part of our CARES Act.
What, it was just lying around somewhere and someone needed it? Or
well, I think we had to, to apply for it, but it's now an outdoor performance space.
You mean like it's a fold-up thing that you can take somewhere?
It's a trailer. It's like a truck trailer.
Oh my gosh!
Back in
well, that sounds like Honk to me.
It's a
Honk on the road.
No,
that's another.
If you drive the truck, we can do that.
I love to drive the truck.
It's a big fold-out stage, so they're going to have some outdoor concerts, and we could make programming for that if we wanted to. So.
I am hoping that in the one class I'm teaching that is acting for non-realistic texts, that we do some work in found sites around the campus.
Yeah.
So maybe popping up where people least expect it. And, you know, a little Godot in the middle of nowhere really can work.
Well, when you get a chance to walk around here, you'll see there's a lot of great places on this campus to explore, and just what you're looking for, I think.
I would love maybe to find a student who would take me to secret spaces, you know, a senior who knows where the secret spaces are, and get to know the campus from the inside. That'd be really great.
We can set that up for you.
Yeah. Hey, maybe there's a student watching right now. Who is that person?
Who's watching
out there?
Somebody's watching this live.
My tour guide for the secret spaces of Coastal.
We'll see if any questions come in. If anybody is watching live and you have a question for Susan, send it to us.
I want to particularly reach out to the LGBTQ plus members of the Coastal community to let them know I am an ally and a member and a advocate and a celebrant. And it certainly will be affecting the way we work on gender in the studio, and you know, how we interpret roles for the stage too. So I hope there's folks out there who are interested in exploring this stuff, you know, in a theater form, because it's way more fun than exploring it with our brains in some conceptual situation. It's more fun to have it in our bodies. You know, it gets exciting.
Well, that's great, and that's very important. I know that a lot of students will probably watch this, maybe not right this minute, but they'll see it later, and they're going to be curious about the new professor. So they might see this, and now they know. And you can find Susan. She'll be up here in the near the theater office on the second floor in Edwards with the rest of the gang here. So.
And probably showing up, you know, in my quiet way, trying to show up at LGBTQ support, you know, where students see the faculty they need to see that are out and proud. Well,
we have several programs, ally programs. You can get even get an identifying sticker for your door of your office if you'd like.
A safe space sticker.
Safe space, yeah. Safe zone.
Yeah, I don't wear the pink triangle anymore. I grew out of that.
You've got some colorful wares on today, though.
I do. I like color. We all need a little more color in our lives.
I get the sense that you'll be easy to spot on campus. Maybe you'll have some color and some pattern.
My gosh, maybe I should underdress for a while. Do you think?
No.
Well, I won't wear any wigs. No drag. At least not the first
year. Wear a wig. It'll be hot. I mean, I'm the guy with the cravat here in South Carolina, so I'm not the best judge of like what normal is, but
yeah, but you look so stylish with that cravat. It's almost like, you know, Noel Coward, that cravat. It's very classy, although sweaty. What's the temperature there today?
It's silk. I'm in my office, which is alarmingly cold. So
that's the problem.
The wall says like 69 or 70 usually. So I'm allowed to layer in the summer in my office because it's actually cooler in here in the summer than it is in the winter.
But what is it outdoors?
Regina's got a sweater on. Right now it's probably 86. 89. I don't know. It's getting hotter. And the humidity. You're going to be like, what is the humidity?
It's okay. I'm no stranger to humidity. Upstate New York, Ohio.
Yeah.
I've lived in those places. New York City in the summer.
Yeah.
And then you add the smell, forget it. I'm sure that Coastal's going to be perfectly lovely.
Coastal does not smell like New York in the summer. Don't get dripped on.
What do you love best about being there?
I thought I was asking you that.
Yeah, but
I like everything.
I'm not there yet, so I can't say.
It's a great place. We have the infrastructure, the students, the staff, the stuff to do like really good productions, and the students really grow in those productions. We offer, you know, the classes more than just a small department might be able to offer, like one acting class and one design class. We have the full range for the different concentrations. So students can really, I mean, they take 8 semesters of acting, those acting majors.
So fantastic.
So they really get to grow, and they really get to be immersed in the training. And it's nice to to be a part of that and see the growth. I mean, when you have students that are making breakthroughs, and you can look at them as a junior and say, wow, you've really embraced this and come a long way. And our students are really dedicated. They really
Well,
are.
I love the opportunity to be an artist in residence. I think it's a great moniker. It's a great option to the tenure track. It honors people like me who are older and maybe would never get hired for tenure track. And it lets someone like me, come in and infuse with a whole other way of working. Maybe not, maybe it's harmonious, but it's another, bloodline for your students to get some genetic material from. And it's just a privilege. And I'm just so honored to be able to come, and excited and nervous, of course, like any newbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're all nervous. It's a whole new exciting time. So we're in it together, and
yeah,
it's going to be
take it easy coming back to campus after COVID, to try to, everyone's going to be like horses in the gate, ready to go.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful that nobody breaks their leg coming out of the gate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to keep it like.
Take it easy at first.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What else?
Well, I'm looking at this list. I was kind of I wanted to have a little chat time there, and we can go back to that. But the next question is, what is your favorite snack or hobby?
My favorite snack. I think my favorite snack is toast and jam with butter, or maybe cream cheese. And it has to be a good earthy toast, a piece of bread that doesn't feel like a sponge. I think that's my favorite snack.
Okay.
And my favorite hobby. I don't know that theater people actually have hobbies, do we? I don't know.
Let's do.
I think I need a hobby. I want to learn to knit. So if anybody is watching this who knows how to knit, I want you to be my new best friend. My dogs are kind of a hobby, having dogs. I have little poodles. I just lost one. So I have one old little poodle left who I'm going to leave here in Seattle. And they're sort of a hobby, because walking the dogs is part of the center of your day. And then you meet other people who have dogs. And I just love the animals. Makes me happy.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to tell you my hobby is.
Pets are a big part of our lives, and they, sure, they take up time. But yeah, it's like you said, it's a part of your day. I don't know if you go to dog parks.
I do.
I
love to watch people with their dogs. I get such a kick out of it. When they start to look like each other, the little bulldog with the old man with the jowls, or the sexy little mini pin with his sexy little gay daddy. And I just love it.
Yeah. And I have a droopy hound dog. So I guess, what does that say about me?
I'm not sure. Probably that, you probably need another dog because you're so tailored. And your hound dog, does he have the ears that go down? Mm-hmm. And does he howl instead of bark?
She does. A little yowly.
Cute.
Yeah.
I love a hound dog. She doesn't drool, does she drool?
Not really, no.
I look forward to meeting her then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess my other hobby really is just reading.
Reading.
I love to be, I think I'm almost more interested in other people's lives than my own at times.
Yeah. You read biographies?
And memoirs.
I like those too.
And histories. I'm reading Janet Mock's biography right now, called Redefining Realness. And she's just amazing how she imagined what it is to be a woman. And I crave this kind of stuff. So
yeah, reading, unfortunately, I guess, is something you could consider a hobby, because it's not something that a lot of people normally do anymore.
Really? I guess that's true.
Maybe I'm surrounded by a different community here, but reading is, I feel like you always have to fight for reading. It's like, oh no, reading is good. Read.
I think people read in smaller amounts.
Yeah.
They still read. They just read on their phones,
Mm-hmm.
on computers, and they read in smaller pieces.
Yeah.
I still think we hunger for other people's stories.
Yeah.
So whether you get that through reading them or just seeing them or listening to them or watching TV and film. So I just like taking in stories through my eyes, I guess, through reading.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. The other thing about reading that I love is you can do it anywhere. You can take your book and be on a cliff or at the ocean or in the mountains or by the river. And you can just bring your book or your tablet and you're all set.
Yeah, or on, if you ever did it on the subway in New York,
Always.
And you're in a different world in that book. And
that's the sad thing about really our coast and your coast. The public transportation is inadequate.
mm-hmm.
So I don't get that reading time in the train that I love.
Yeah.
So, because I'm behind the wheel. I do love to drive. I would say that's a hobby for me, really. I love to drive and go on adventures. I'm a California girl. I grew up wanting to drive when I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got behind the wheel, I was ready to cross the country. So I do love to drive.
Are you driving out here?
Not this time.
Cross country? No?
Yeah, I would love to drive across again. I've done it about a dozen times.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like to do it when I'm in a hurry because I don't like the interstates.
Yeah.
The interstate system in America is an incredible creation because you can cross the entire country and not see any of it. So that's really against my religion.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna drive. I'm gonna get a car in Charleston, I think. But I'll drive back next spring, I suppose, because I would like to. I certainly want to explore the Georgia coast while I'm there, and I need a car for that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You do have the train, though. The train comes to Florence, Amtrak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't taken that one, but yeah, you can go to New York City from there.
Yeah, and to DC.
24-hour.
No, it takes 24 hours.
This is a memory from looking it up years ago.
Oh, that's insane.
I know that the passenger trains sometimes can be pretty long. We did one out west 4 or 5 years ago, and it's fun. It's a really neat way to travel.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Tell me about the theater spaces. Or actually, you better ask me another question because you've got questions you're supposed to ask.
Well, I'm about done. We've talked about reading and hobbies, and
you haven't asked me my favorite color.
What is your favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color. That's a silly question. All colors. I set you up for that. Sorry.
White lights from the spectrum. Okay. Let me tell you about our theaters.
Yeah.
A black box theater that I'd mentioned before. It is a flexible space. We have it sort of set up in a simple, proscenium-ish. All the seats on one side and space on the other side. It seats about 110 people.
But you can move those seatings around anywhere you want, right?
Oh yeah, we've done it in the round. We've done a alleyway before. So yeah, that's a flexible space, and we do our smaller shows in there, plays and musicals. Mm-hmm. And then Wheelwright Auditorium is a 786 seat proscenium theater. The wings, the drops, the fly space, the whole bit. And we do big shows there.
Is that where Honk will be?
That's where Honk will be. Mm-hmm. And where Crazy for You will be in spring.
Oh, I don't remember that. So Crazy for You is coming.
Yeah. I know that's one that is going to be really popular with the community, so might as well.
Crazy for You needs tap dance as well as.
Yeah, it needs some tap dancing, and it's an all Gershwin singing and comedy spectacular.
How exciting. Gershwin. Gershwin on my deathbed, please.
It's all those old songs, but it was one of those early, I guess they call them a jukebox musical. Not quite that.
Crazy for You is just an assemblage of Gershwin music.
Crazy for You.
And not a big plot.
It was created in the early 90s as really based on a Gershwin musical, but then they just took all of his great songs and put them into the story and sort of wove it together as Crazy for You.
Yeah.
But it's based on Girl Crazy.
Can't wait.
that'll be fun. And then we've got some one acts. We've got everybody. It's going to be good to get back out there with our performances for the public.
I want the watchers to know that Everybody is a play that rewrites the play Everyman, which is an anonymous play from the 15th century. And so the people out there watching this, it's incredible to watch how contemporary writers revisit this ancient kind of Christian morality tale. And so, it's everybody, man. It's not every man, it's everybody. And that's a good window just to get a sense of how the writers think about it. Anyway, for folks who are watching, I wouldn't miss every man. I mean, everybody.
Everybody.
Come see Everybody.
Yeah. And that's in November, right around homecoming time.
Homecoming.
Homecoming. Those are our two theaters.
Oh, I know why I'm coming to Coastal Carolina.
Why?
Because the color is teal.
Why does a person without a favorite color even care?
I care. All of a sudden, I realized I care.
Okay.
I'm just so glad not to be coming to a campus that's red and black. Really happy. Can't wait for teal.
Yeah, it's teal and bronze.
Ooh, classy.
Yeah. Teal, bronze, and black. Those are our official.
Very classy.
But yeah, the teal is the teal.
The operative color.
The operative color.
Well, went through my closet. I pulled all the teal clothing out. So I made sure that I could get with the program.
Good. There is a tradition to wear teal on Tuesday on campus.
Teal Tuesdays?
Teal Tuesdays.
Got it. What else do I need to know about things like that?
Good. I don't think you need to even go to faculty orientation now.
You can't say that. This is live. Well,
I was joking. That was a joke. You have to go to faculty orientation.
Okay. I'll be there. I can't wait to get oriented. Because, after travel, you kind of don't know which way is north.
Yeah, bring your compass.
I will.
Put some pins in the map. And
I'll be there in 2 weeks and 2 days.
I know. It's so soon. It's very exciting.
Oh, my gosh.
And you've had an incredible time trying to find a place to live and figure out
logistics
from far away. But it looks like everything is going to fall into place for us.
I think so. I certainly think that I will have a roof over my head.
Good.
It might be a tent, but still, it'll keep the rain off.
Excellent. Well, is there anything else you want to say to our excited live audience out there right now?
Yes, there is. Listen, people, you may think you don't care about the theater or that you don't need a theater class because you're not a theater major or something like that. But everybody needs to learn to be in front of people. Everybody needs to learn to use their voice and to feel at home in their body. And everybody needs to learn to work together. And I got to tell you, and I think Eric knows this too, there's no place better to learn that stuff than in theater work. So even if you're not a major, we encourage you to come on over to the department and take a class and see how it affects everything else you're doing in your learning. Because there's just nothing like it. There's nothing like learning in an open space, not in a chair facing a whiteboard, not a bunch of students looking in one direction and a teacher facing them. When we work in a circle in an empty space, amazing things happen. So come on over. Don't you think, Eric?
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it as different things all the time, but those skills, the skills that we have at the top of our degrees, those are skills that you need for anything.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And sometimes are overlooked by other, majors. So
I think a lot of young people don't feel comfortable using their voices.
Yeah.
They're self-censoring their ideas. They don't like the sound of their voice. When they start talking, their throat closes up. And gosh, personal expression. That's the thing that creates opportunity for you.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to express who you are, or what you want, or what your dreams are, what your fears are. You got to be able to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have deaf students on campus or students who are hard of hearing?
I'm sure we do.
Well, we would welcome them over in the theater too, because people who are hard of hearing have other ways of seeing,
Mm-hmm.
more intense ways of absorbing information. And we share our sense knowledge with each other in really unique ways. Yeah. Anyway, what else, Eric? Should we wrap it?
I think we're about wrapped up. We're so excited to get you here and meet you in person.
Me too.
I think you're going to bring a dynamite energy into the department. Really looking forward to getting the semester started.
Yeah. I'll be there soon. Let's get rolling. Hit the ground walking
Yes.
so we don't trip.
All right. Well, thank you, Susan Finque, artist in residence in the Department of Theater. This has been Edwards Live.
Edwards Live, signing off.